G'day everyone, welcome back to Harper's Shed. My name's Tim. This beautiful piece of engineering is my FC RX7 that we're trying to get done, ready for Summernats. So stick around, we've got plenty more work to do. So as I said, this is my FC wide-bodied RX7. It will have, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, I'll leave a link and go and check them out. But it will have a supercharged 13B in it, which, yeah, I'm probably 2/3 of the way through all the engine work on that. But this next few videos, same as the one that I just put up, are all about bodywork. So we're getting the wide body fitted. This is a body kit from a company called AJ's Auto Style. They're up in Queensland in Australia. It's, you know, it's an imported kit, there's no two ways about it. It should be like a B&N copy, but it's going together pretty good. Fair bit of trimming here and there, but it's a fiberglass kit. I mean, you know, it just is what it is. But yeah, full guard replacement, which is good. The rears obviously were over the guards, and I've glued them on. So that's, what did we use for anybody who's interested? Oh, come on. It's Sikaflex 252. So it's a heavy duty panel bond adhesive. Hopefully it works. But yeah, this is where we stand at the moment. So this episode we're going to get these guards. I'm going to take them off the car and I'm going to mount them so that all the body lines are perfect with the front bar, and we're going to get all our bolt holes drilled and aligned. That way when I go to put it back on the car, the front clip just has to be aligned to effectively the doors, and then we'll get the side skirts on, and then the body kit itself is mounted because the rear bar and rear quarters are already done. So it's front clip and skirts. So like I said, I've come through, it's all sitting on the ground, and I've bolted it all on the inside so the two pieces are joined together. I tried to get the body line as good as it could possibly be. There's a bit of work that's needed. It's, you know, a little bit of a gap there. That line down there is not quite right, but I mean, splitting hairs for a fiberglass kit, it's pretty good. So both guards are on, and we're going to try and get this fitted up to the car, see what it looks like on the car, see how much work needs to go into that.
So I'm going to go like this so you can come in.
Yeah, you'll be... I'll shoot you back. It's not the end of the world. See, if that isn't race car, I don't know what is. One piece front clip. Winning. Alright, so a little bit of dicking around. Sort of had to trim a few bits and pieces, didn't really show all of it. But that's almost where it's going to lay. The door gaps, they're not great with it sitting there. It does need some work, but the door gaps do come up. And the panel gaps on the side skirts are pretty good. So yeah, probably the biggest issue that I had, or that I'm having, is these lips. Now they do line up with all the mounting holes in here, but it's been glassed on too much of an angle. So what we're going to do is cut this lip off completely. So I'll come in here and I'll cut it down, remove that lip, gone, and then we're going to come in and we're going to put nutserts, and we're going to screw through this into the factory lip that's the seam for the two pieces of the body, and that'll hold that in there really good, and it's going to make it really easy to shim the panel in and out, and then obviously depending on how I do the holes will let me up and down. So, but it's pretty good. Let's shut the bonnet. Shut the bonnet, and then just soak it in. I'm pretty stoked. it's dark, a bit of time's passed, but deadlines don't stop just because the sun goes down. Let's get this off, get this lip cut, and then we can mount it properly to the car. Be one less job to do. Let's go. So, this is where we ended up. Panel gap, pretty good, but I can do whatever I want with that because, as I said, this is getting glued to the car, so we're all trimmed. And it's nice. Nice gap. A little bit of work to do, but nice gap. The guard is not like full on there anyway, but that's a really good spot for the skirt. Just imagine all this being one colour. These are our body lines we're working with. That's the edge of the line there. It's a little hard to see with the distortion of the colour, but that's pretty good. And this is our panel gap for the door, which again hard to judge because of the differences in the colour. But I mean, that's pretty damn good for a fit up, for a mock up. This is where we are inside. So trim back, same level as this. So we're going to come through and do effectively what we've done here, but just a lot neater. Bring it all back in so I'll be flush here. This little corner I think is going to come up pretty good. A bit dirty. That corner will come up good, and the rest of this is sitting hard on the body. So that's sitting on the gutter rail of the body. Same thing we're going to do. Come back, chuck some techies in it. We'll clean it up first. Wipe it down, put some glue down, chuck some techies. That's sick. That really didn't take that long. You just, yeah, it really didn't. You just take your time, mark it out, cut it once, cut it right, and it's a piece of piss. Real quick update, I think it's, what is it, about 9:30 I think at night, so I'm ready to call it. Both side skirts are on. They both come up pretty good. Not too unhappy. There's a little bit extra work to do on this one. I'm going to have to build this corner up just the way it laid. I got it as good as I could. I thought I'd come through with a speed file and just have a bit of a play on these, just feather them out. So I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not, but it's really not going to take much. It's sort of just only about there that it's going to be needing to be filled. I have to work something nice out with this corner to get that transition right. And this back corner is going to need like a full wipe from there to there, but it's not too bad. You can see the, try and get in the light, you can see the cross marks, so we've got good contact there. This is all with a speed file too, so it's fairly flat, but pretty decent there. We're touching steel there, and then we're on paint over here, so that's going to need to be filled, but that's more to do with the amount of bog that was in the back of this car, so it sort of worked in my advantage. I ground out a holy crap load of bog, and it about took up the depth of the glass. So yeah, that'll do it for tonight. We'll pick it back up again in the morning, and more body work on this, I think, on these rear guards. So I've got to let that set up for a couple of days before we go mucking with it. So, anyway, off to bed. Alright, so not the next morning. It's been a little while. Things got in the way, couldn't quite get back to it. Plan remains the same. We're going to come through and we're going to cut this lip off here. And that way I can drill in through this portion of the guard and into, well, I can't do it now, but into the factory steel seam. And then I can riven up the factory steel seam and bolt the guards this way. Because this lip is not on the right angle, so yeah, it's my finger. This lip should be hard up against this edge, but it's not. It's on the wrong angle, so, and it's not the way everything's placed. Everything else is placed right. It's that this is glassed up on an angle like this instead of flat like this. So let's rectify that. All right, that's where we're going to leave it on this one. It's going to be a bit of a shorter episode. I don't know why, because we've got a lot of work done, but it just seems to be editing down, but that's okay. Front bar, side skirts, they're all one piece. They are mounted to the car. So, like I said, I need to trim it up a bit more, but I cut the lip off that was here, and then I've drilled in and put rib nuts in the main seam of the body, and then just these little button head screws. I think that'll be quite neat once it's tidied up. But yeah, they're all on there. It's not going anywhere. I picked up on a few more of the factory mounting points too. So the rest of the body kit is on. I mean, I've showed it a few times. Guards are on, rear bars on, side skirts. Pulled all the tech screws out. They're on. So yeah, as I said, this episode seems to be a little bit shorter. Don't think it'll make much of a difference. From here, it gets into a bit of the boring stuff. We're basically going to pull the whole car apart. So doors come off, tailgate comes off. I've got to fix rust in the tailgate. Sunroof comes off. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. If you've got any ideas, let me know. I am keeping it. I want to keep the sunroof, but that one is just completely shot. So if you've got one, or you got a good replacement, a good idea for a replacement, let me know. Leave a comment, and I'll see what I can do, because I do want to keep the factory sunroof in some form. But yeah, car gets pulled apart, front clip comes off, and then we just start bogging and sanding and do the finishing on the bodywork. So anyway, like I said, this is going to be as much work as I can in a short amount of time. So subscribe, like, share, all that. And we've got a Facebook page now too. So, really up with the times. Jump on Facebook, Harper Shed, like it, whatever else you're supposed to do on that thing, I don't know. Just try it, see what it does, let me know. And you can also get in contact with me there too. So, righto, we'll leave it at that. Catch you on the next one.